What's up guys, and welcome to the official Apple launch day. We've got the brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max in the house, of course in that beautiful Sierra blue color. Today we'll be placing it against the best of Samsung, which is the Galaxy S21 Ultra, in an epic speed test battle. It's been so long since we have done a speed test on the channel, so I've been really missing it. And yeah, let's get right into it. We have the iPhone 13 Pro Max on the right and the S21 Ultra on the left. As always, let's begin with a quick boot up. So here we go. And in case you guys don't know, the iPhone 13 Pro Max actually comes with iOS 15 right out of the box. So it is completely fresh. And we did do a complete reset on the S21 Ultra as well, just to keep things clean and simple. You can see the A15 understandably faster with the boot up speed. With A15, Apple has further widened the gap of performance that it has compared to Samsung's Exynos chips. If we quickly check out the Geekbench 5 benchmark on both phones, you can see the crazy number difference we have between Samsung's current best chip and Apple's current best chip. It literally feels like Apple is almost a generation ahead of Exynos 2100. But let's go ahead and see how those numbers will translate into real-life performance. Now, as always, we're gonna kick things off with some basic stuff first, just to test out the animations and how these phones deal with some system-based applications. We'll kick things off with the basic phone dialer application, and you can see it's just incredibly smooth on both phones. And finally, now we have 120Hz refresh rate on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, something we had on the Samsung devices since last year. The playing field is even Stevens, but of course, we still have the notch on the iPhone compared to the punch hole on the S21 Ultra. Next up, we have settings. Can see no difference at all. Let's move on towards the fun part of the test, which is the third-party applications, especially the games. So starting things off with Subway Surfers on both of these two phones, and you can see Apple A15 just blazing through the application, but S21 Ultra not that far behind. So you can just quickly leave the application in there. Next up, we have TikTok. And that felt about the same on both phones. Super quick performance. And once again, scrolling around feels really smooth. No issue whatsoever. Next up, we'll be launching another game, Asphalt 9. And let's see if Apple A15 can really show the actual real-life difference compared to what it was showing in the benchmark. So let's see, it is loading on both phones. I wish we had the Asphalt 10 by now, but we still have Asphalt 9. And I think it's a bit old. So, okay, so Galaxy S21 Ultra actually faster in loading up Asphalt 9. So, pretty surprising result in terms of app loading in real life compared to the benchmarks. Now, let's quickly check out the in-game loading time performance on both phones. We'll be quickly launching the same stage on both devices, and let's see. Okay, so iPhone 13 Pro Max right there, that was really quick. S21 Ultra not that far behind, about a second late there. And as far as the performance, iPhone is obviously running it at 60 frames per second. Same thing with the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Both phones are perfectly capable of handling this game at the absolute maximum settings with, of course, 60 Hz refresh rate. I wish to see a 120 Hz refresh rate update for the Asphalt 9 for latest smartphones. Now moving on to the next app we have, which is Quora. And that is a little bit quicker, I guess, a little bit quicker on the iPhone when it comes to loading up the actual content. The S21 Ultra did open the app first, but we saw the content first on the iPhone. So now when it comes to the scrolling, like I said, both phones are looking incredibly buttery. 120 Hz madness. I mean, in 2021, if you're looking for a flagship phone or any smartphone that is above $400 to $500, like, you have to have 120 Hz or at least 90 Hz refresh rate on your phone. Next up, we have Spotify. And that's about the same on both phones, just a tiny bit difference there in the animations. Again, you guys are the judge here. Next on the list, we have another game, one of my favorite on the mobile devices, that is Alto's Adventure. And let's see which one takes the cake. Okay, S21 Ultra seems like it is definitely quicker with the load up. iPhone is taking its sweet time. Now, it may have something to do with the optimization because this is such a new phone, but you can see the S21 Ultra is doing incredibly well in terms of the real life app load, and the actual in-game performance also looks very good on both phones. No issues whatsoever. These are incredibly amazing devices for handheld gaming. Next up, we have Instagram, and that is definitely faster on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. If we just again check out the scrolling speed, look at that. It's just so smooth on both phones. This is something that we didn't have on the S21 Ultra, or I mean the previous Samsung flagship phones, but now you can see these are looking pretty neck and neck with the scrolling speed. Now let's quickly launch camera on both phones. Okay. That seemed to be maybe a little bit quicker on the S21 Ultra, but yeah, just a tiny bit quicker on the S21 Ultra. Not that much of a difference, but you can see pretty quick in-app performance with the Instagram application. If we just quickly tap and switch to the back camera, that also felt quicker on the S21 Ultra. Something that I like about the iPhone with the Instagram app is that you can actually switch to the ultra wide angle lens, something you can't do on Android yet. So Instagram, if you're watching this video, please update your app for Android. Oh, let me just quickly check out my own Instagram ID, open it up at the same time on both phones. Here we go. That was really quick, already loaded on both devices. No issue whatsoever. Smooth performance. Next on the list, we have YouTube, and that is faster on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. A bit of a different feed. Of course, we have same account signed in, but that's just YouTube. You can see looking really good on both phones. iPhone quicker, slightly quicker with YouTube application. Now next up, we have the much requested PUBG Mobile on both phones. Let's see if the iPhone can show us a big difference or not with this game. You can see S21 Ultra once again blazing through the loading times. Again, this is the Exynos 2100 model, not the Snapdragon. So let's see which one actually loads it up quickly. I think the S21 Ultra is done. We have this kind of promotional thing, but it was definitely quicker in loading up this game compared to the iPhone, which is again very surprising considering the difference that we have seen in the benchmarks. Now taking a look at the graphics on both phones, once again iPhone has this extreme frame rate option along with Ultra HD graphical settings, something that we cannot do even after a year of Exynos 2100. Well, not year, it's been almost 6-7 months. We still don't have the Ultra HD option for the Exynos 2100 model, and of course we don't get the extreme frame rate option. Hopefully we'll see an update regarding that in the future. Now let's go ahead and check out the actual in-game performance, just starting the match on both phones. Now first we're checking it out on the S21 Ultra, actually looking really smooth, and some people will really enjoy the punch hole compared to the notch because it takes less space. And I mean, if I'm just like moving around my thumb around that area, I don't even see it there. So it's pretty much a full screen experience in my opinion. Again, some people do like notch, some people don't really care about that much. Now checking it out on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, looking really good, running on Ultra HD with extreme frame rate. I can definitely see a little bit more texture to the ground, and wow, looking amazing performance on the A15 chip. I'm pretty sure Samsung is also able to handle this game at Ultra HD option, but it is currently not enabled, something that might come in the future. Let's quickly jump out. Now next on the list, we have the default camera app on both phones. Here we go. And that is slightly quicker on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Next up, we have the video rendering speed comparison in Adobe Premiere Rush application. Let's quickly load up the same video on the timeline. And that was actually faster on the Galaxy S21 Ultra, but as far as scrolling the timeline is concerned, you can see that iPhone is actually doing better, showing me the bit by bit frame. If we just look at the video on the iPhone, just notice that how the S21 Ultra is a bit choppy, whereas iPhone is just so frame by frame moving smoothly. That's the true power of Apple A15. This is the scenario where you're actually going to see a major difference. So I'm just going to apply this cinematic filter on both of these two clips. Time to render this video in 1080p. Not the 4K because I haven't purchased this application, but you can see that iPhone is just blazing through this process. Look at that. This right here is the real performance difference between Apple A15 and the Exynos 2100. This is the real actual showcase of those benchmark numbers, not the applications that we were launching before. And you can see Samsung has a lot more work to do. Hopefully with the AMD GPU, things will be a lot better. Okay, Samsung is done, and it took about almost a minute, I guess. Now, time for a browsing test. We have wikipedia.org on both phones, and that is, I guess, slightly quicker on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Once again, zooming in and out, looking incredibly smooth on both devices. Next up, we have www.com, and that is definitely quicker. Okay, that is very, very close on both phones, but I think the iPhone may be quicker with actually loading the content, whereas Samsung was quick on the website. Again, both devices are super quick, neck and neck with the performance. You guys are the judge here. Now let's open one more website, which is sammobile.com. And here we have the Galaxy S21 Ultra completely loading the website, whereas iPhone took this refresh because of the ad. Again, just a slight difference there. Now let's go ahead and check out the RAM management on both of these two phones. So we'll start off with the initial Geekbench app that we had in the memory. Let's see. Both phones, seems like they both are keeping it in the memory without any refresh. Moving on, we have phone dialer still there. Settings, Subway Surfers, that is still there on both phones. You can pick up where you left. Moving on, we have TikTok. iPhone has still kept in the memory. Okay, so we had like a slight refresh on the S21 Ultra. iPhone going perfect with the RAM management. Asphalt 9 still there. And okay, so that's a full refresh of the app on the Samsung. So iPhone actually still kept the application in the memory. We just have this network refresh, whereas this is a full-on complete launch of the app. Next, we have Quora, still there. Spotify, Alto, that is still there on the iPhone, but got refreshed on the Galaxy S21 Ultra. So iPhone, even with its 6GB of RAM on iOS, is crazy good with the optimization. The S21 Ultra, despite its 12GB of RAM, is still refreshing some applications. Instagram, that is still there on both phones, which is nice. YouTube, still there. PUBG Mobile, that is still there on the iPhone, whereas S21 Ultra has just done a full refresh. Premiere Rush, and we're finally back to the browsers that are still there in the memory. So perfect RAM management on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, whereas Galaxy S21 Ultra refreshed a few of the applications, especially the games. So that's it for the speed test comparison between the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the S21 Ultra. Definitely when it comes to the numbers, and of course when it comes to things like video rendering and RAM management, iPhone is absolutely blazing through Samsung's best phone, which is the S21 Ultra rocking the Exynos 2100 chip. All in all, the real comparison of the iPhone 13 Pro Max is with the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is coming with the AMD GPU, but I'm happy to see that the S21 Ultra is still keeping up good in terms of the real life performance. Let me know what you think about this test in the comment section below. Are you shocked or are you not shocked? Drop your thoughts in the comments. With that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.